This one-shot review contains lights and colours that may disorientate and confuse. You have been warned. Where's that hecking on button? Oh, I found it! Let's play! Good evening everybody, Loke here with the one-shot review of the 2019 American horror Escape Room. Originally titled The Maze, this does indeed stay true to its roots and have many twists and turns to keep you hooked till the very end. Spoilers are inevitable, so if you do wish to experience some glorious B-movie-esque horror and suspense, you may wish to flee and see Escape Room prior to joining me as I puzzle through what I think. But if you're ready to jump into the deadly maze of spoilers and twists, let's get to it. As always, we shall review film by our three tenets: structure, tone, and lore. Structure. With Escape Room featuring 6 main characters, there is always the risk of having a fragmented format structure. However, we are initially funneled towards the perspectives of 3 characters in particular: shy university student Zoe, down on his luck stock boy Ben, and young stock trader Jason. As they are then invited to a seemingly innocent escape room with an alluring $10,000 reward for the first to escape, we are introduced to the full cast of this low-budget horror flick, $9 million for those whom are interested. This is where Escape Room is able to play to its strengths. Due to the confinement of the characters within rooms, the structure of the narrative is very much segmented in such a fashion that we observe character development across the whole cast as we are fed little snippets of information via flashbacks within each room, which is an absolutely amazing way to be able to, feature character development, is to have them all within a room, to have a bottled environment, and then feature flashbacks where you're able to see clues and such, which is something I will get onto later, because that is a very fascinating thing about Escape Room that I absolutely adore. It's great. Unfortunately, a cast as small as 6 is still a little too large to fully characterise particular individuals, with Escape Room enthusiast Danny being the unfortunate casualty to this cause, as a consequence of simply being typecast as a socially inept nerd, as is the case for many people that wear glasses in horror flicks. It's a shame. However, as we continue to progress throughout the escape rooms and the number of participants begin to dwindle as they meet an untimely demise, the remaining survivors are given more and more opportunity to grow and develop, which is very welcoming indeed. This is most notable towards the end of the second act, wherein we fully learn why the 6 seemingly random strangers were all invited to participate in the most brutal of games. I won't spoil this twist here, however it most definitely darkens the tone of the overall affair. Speaking of which, tone! Escape Room very much has the low-budget B-movie vibe, which I can never get enough of. This is unsurprising given the low budget of the production and aforementioned $9 million. I'm getting very excitable and stumbling over my own words. However, I feel that this only complements the overall affair, as an undercurrent of goofiness flows through an otherwise tense and dark film. Each character's backstory is suitably unforgiving, with the dark tonal shift complementing the riddles and solutions, as aforementioned, to the obstacles they must overcome. In complete juxtaposition, a word that I cannot say, in complete juxtaposition, there it is, to this, the aforementioned goofiness, which is most evident, is, in an upside-down escape room elevated 20 stories high. Figures, right? Not only is that goofy enough, but it also features Downtown by Petula Clark as the floor gives way to a chasm below. Absolutely divine dark comedy, which reminds me of the likes of Final Destination, another film series that I just adore. It's got an absolute B-movie vibe, and I hecking love the Final Destination series. It's just such a good series of films. But I could gush about that in another one-shot review. Let's actually get into, lore. Because the lore of Escape Room is actually, not too original. Put bluntly, Escape Room is a hodgepodge of Saw and 1997 cult classic Cube, with a dash of Final Destination goofiness thrown into the mix. Not to say that I didn't enjoy the story of this quirky little film, however, certain elements were most definitely paint by numbers. But where it did diverge from its inspirations, it most definitely shocks and delights. The aforementioned unspoiled twist towards the end of the second act was wonderful and has really put Escape Room up there amongst my favourite B-movies, and perhaps even within the top 10 of my favourite films of all time. I do not know. I'm still considering it. Overall, you are left with a smile on your face and a slight terror in your heart. If you are looking for a dose of suspense with an undercurrent of goofiness that doesn't take you out of the experience, Escape Room may be just for you. Of course it is not without its flaws, as is the case with many B-movies, such as elements of predictability and cheese, but these sorts of things make it more appealing to me. Again, this is a one-shot review where it's totally my opinion. Also, as a slight side note, my newfound unease of escape rooms is now a given, so at least I've got that slight massive phobia. I guess that's something. Yeah. Unfortunately, it does come to that shill bit of the video. If you did enjoy this one-shot review of Escape Room, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If not, that's perfectly fine as well. Those sorts of things can become trapped in a deadly machination with low odds of survival, with extreme goofiness and me rambling at them over a microphone. But yes, thank you so much for watching our videos. I hope you have a wonderful evening and good night.